This conference will now be recorded.
So in this session, we will discuss about debugging methods. Debugging methods and automatic password creation, automatic user creation, and operators. So based on the time, we will go with the strings as well, right? So these are the main topics that we are going to discuss today. So debugging methods, automatic password user creation, and operators. So now, what are the debugging methods? So I think yesterday I have given you, right? Yesterday I have so give a brief note on that. So what are the debugging methods? So can I get responses from you? So what are the debugging methods? Set-n, set-x, set-v. So we are having other debugging methods also. So we will discuss these debugging methods in this session. So first, let us launch our servers. So I think all of you just opened your management console. Now how to open your server? So how to connect with your server? So you just click on services. So from the AWS management console, or else you can just directly go to the recently visited services. Just click on EC2 service, or else I'm directly going from services. Click on services and click on EC2 service. So see here, so my running instances are 0. So yesterday I have stopped my instance. So if you didn't stop your instance, you will be seen here as 1. I have stopped my instances. So I need to start my instance. So instance is nothing but our operating system, or else we can say server as well, or else we can say virtual machine as well. Okay, and click on instances and select one of the operating system that you have launched yesterday. Select your operating system and go to instance state and click on start instance. So we'll find a refresh button here. Just refresh the console. So it is in a pending state. So my server is up and running now. Select your operating system and copy the IP address. Now connect to the PuTTY by using this IP address. So where is my PuTTY? So I'm having my PuTTY in a download session. So just open your PuTTY. So this is my PuTTY, and paste your IP address as host name. And from the left side menu, just click on SSH and click on AUTH. Browse your PPK file. Upload your PPK file. I'm changing the font here. And open. So here login as. So what is the username I have to give there? By using which username we can log in with our system? Yes, fine, Ubuntu. So Ubuntu is my username and hit enter. So you are successfully connected with the operating system. Now we need to change to the root mode as well. How to change to the root mode? Sudo space su space hyphen. If you give that command, you are migrated to root user. Okay, I'm just clearing the screen here. So now I just wanted to look at the files. So how many files and what are the files so that I have created yesterday. So if I use ls command, so those are my files. Okay, these are my files. Yesterday I have created this one. So if I go to temp, so look at the files. So there are no files. So this temp is the temporary files. If you restart your server, your files will be gone. Okay, so if you don't want to use your files anymore from the later sessions, so you just create your files in the temporary files. So yesterday I have created these files in root mode, so that is why it is showing here. So I have copied files to this temporary directory also yesterday, but today I'm not able to see that files. Why? So I just stopped my server yesterday and I have restarted my server today. Okay, so that is the reason we are not able to see that files in a temp folder. So now I'm just getting back to the root mode, cd space dot dot, and if I type ls there, so I need to do this one, sudo space su space hyphen. So I'm just clearing the screen, ls. So those are my files. So now what are the topics that we are going to discuss today? So these are the methods, debugging methods. So we need to do that one. So for that, I'm just entering to this script file. If you don't have that script, you can create that one. So I'm just using the command nano space myscript.sh and enter. So that is my file. So yesterday I have created that file. So I'm just pasting this in a chat box also for your reference. So I just pasted in chat box. You can copy that and do that also. So after copying the IP address, what is the process? Open your putty, Chakradhar. Open your putty and paste the IP address as host name and upload your PPK file and connect with the Ubuntu user. Okay. So now these are the debugging methods we are going to see now. So now what are the debugging methods? So what are the debugging methods? So in this code, so the first one is set-n. So in this code, I'm just assigning set-n here. Okay. So I just modified this command with set-n. So now I'm just saving this file. How to save this file? So can I get quick responses? How to save the file? Press Ctrl X, press Y, and hit enter. Now try to execute that file. How to execute? /myscript.sh. So that is my file. Or else you can use bash also. Bash space your file name. And if you enter, so why I'm not getting error? Why I'm not getting output? Why I'm not getting output? So now I'm just getting back to file again. Execution permission. Yes. So I'm just getting back to file again. Okay. So if you give set-n here, set space -n here, so your script won't be executed. or else just removing this one here. So now look at what happens. Saving the code, Control X, press Y and hit enter. Now try to execute again. /myscript.sh. So what do you got? So -n is nothing but, so your file won't be executed. -n is a no exit. Again, get back to the file again. So now try to change this one as this one. So press Ctrl X, press Y and hit enter. Now execute again. /myscript.sh. See, so whenever you give that set-n permission, your script file won't be executed. Okay, if it is having any errors also, it won't be executed. Got it? Why we use -n? So -n is used to, so whenever we are files is having by mistakenly or wantedly, sometimes we will make our code was mistakes. So to overcome that mistakes or to know where are the mistakes are there, so we can use set-n option. Okay, and next set-x. So now in the same code, nano space file name myscript.sh. So here instead of set-n, I'm just giving x. Okay, so instead of -n, I'm just given set-x. So now save the file, Ctrl X, press Y and hit enter. Now execute the file again, myscript.sh. So what do you got? Output. What do you got the output? So here the output is this one. So what's the difference between -n and -x? If you give -n, your script won't be executed. And if you give -x, whatever the content is having inside of your script file, total will be displayed, total will be printed. Got it? So that is the -x. So what is the -x here? So prints each and every line. So prints each and every line of your code. Prints each and every line of your code if you give set-x. Okay. And if you try to modify the changes, if you try to modify the code, so I'm just clearing the screen here. So nano space myscript.sh. So that is my code. So I'm just trying to modifying the code. So I have just removed one of the double quotes. Save and execute the file. Enter. Now execute /myscript.sh. What we got? Unexpected you are while looking for matching double quotes, line at 4 and line at 7. So we got error. So I means we have changed our code. Still it is showing some of the output. Partial output we are getting. So now change the code again. Right? Save and exit from the mode, editing mode, and execute again. See. So entire output I have got. So did you observe any difficulties with this -X? Any problems by using this -X? Any problem with that -X?
పెద్ద కోడ్స్ రాసినప్పుడు మొత్తం కోడ్ వస్తే ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుంది.
Sorry.
పెద్ద స్క్రిప్ట్స్ రాసినప్పుడు ఇలానే -X యూస్ చేస్తే మొత్తం కోడ్ అంతా వస్తుంది కదా.
Yes. So that is the problem. And also, if you are using or if you are going to create users and password for the users, so enter your password will also be displayed. So in the coming sessions we will know that. Suppose if I have created some user and I have assigned some password to for that user as well. Okay, if I use this -X in that code, so my username as well as the password for that user will also be printed in the output, printed as output. So is that okay with one? Is that a good one? So displaying of user is fine. Up to displaying user is fine, but displaying password also. So it's not a good manner, right? So as a technicals or else as a admins, so we have to provide users only and user names only. So for users, we will provide password for particular users only. So not for all. Just make a note on that. So if you use this one in real-time scenarios, we can't use this set-X. If you give that command, if you give this -X, so it will be in a problematic mode. Okay. And next one, what is the next one? Set-B. So we will look at that one. So what happens when we assign set-B? The same file I'm taking. So here set-B. Save the file and exit and execute the file. Nano, sorry, / your file name.sh. See what do you got? What do you got? Just observe the difference between the previous output and this output. So what the difference? Can anyone differentiate between the two outputs? By using -X, so we got this output. By using -V, we got this output. Script we wrote in -V, display data. So that B is nothing but it's a web browse mode, which means so did you understand this one? So by using -V also we are getting the as it is output. So whatever the content inside of our program, so that will be printed as it is. but a small with a small differences. Okay, so we use nothing but we are gross. It also prints code as it is. Okay, and one more method it is we are having. So that is hyphen e, set hyphen e. Or else we can directly use set hyphen x with the set hyphen e. So let us check what happens with set hyphen e. Just use the command. Here change from V to E. Save the file and exit. And try to execute the file. What happens here? So only the output got. Only the output we got. Understood? So we can give set hyphen x e also. So nano myscript.sh x also we can give set hyphen xe. So let us check. Control X, save and exit. Now try to execute the file. So what do we got? So entire code will be displayed. So as we are using hyphen x, so this is hyphen x also. Clear? So those are the debugging methods. So in real-time scenarios, you can't give a set hyphen x. So I means in the so next script files we are able to know that. It's clear about debugging methods. So next one automatic user creation. Automatic user creation. So what is automatic user creation? So we have to create users through manually and through script manner, through programmatically. So we have to do that one. So now how to create files? So how to create script files? How to create? So I want to create a new file. How to create? By using which editor? So nano space. So I just want to create a file. Nano space user create .sh. So I just wanted to create a user. Nano space user create .sh. And enter. What is the first line? #not /bin/bash. Okay. Enter. Now I just wanted to create a user. So I'm just assigning username as my variable equals to, so something user1 I'm trying to create. Okay, so that is the username is the variable I'm just assigned, and the user is a user1 I just wanted to create. Next, now we have to add that user to our script. User add with that variable, user add and with username. So are you following? Slash bin hash not slash bin slash bash. Username I'm just assigned as a variable, and this user I just wanted to create. Okay, and I'm just adding that user to my script. Now save and exit. Press Ctrl X, press Y and hit enter. Now how to execute? Dot slash user create dot sh. Permission denied. So what should we do now? What should we do now? We need to change the permission. Chmod. So which number we can give here? Only 777. Can't I give any number, any other number? So we can change any permissions. As per our requirement, we can change it with any permission. So I'm just here giving as 700. So 700 means only for the user, only for the owner, user or owner. So only for the owner I'm just giving a read write execute permissions. So remaining the groups are also client and end users, I'm not giving any permissions. Okay, space our file name. Got it? Execute. Now execute the file. Dot slash user create dot sh. So what is that thrown here error as? User is user one is already exist. So how should I know that user is exist or not? How would I know? How to check created users? Cat space slash etc slash password, and if you enter, so you will find all the users. So there it is. So user one is already existing. So that is why we got the error. Okay. So now let us get back to the code. So use the previous commands. Nano user create dot sh. So here I'm just changing user one to user two. I have just changed it like that. Now save and exit. Ctrl X, Y and enter. Now execute again. Dot slash your file name. Enter. So now it is successfully executed. So how would you how to identify whether it is successfully executed or not? So whenever you execute your command, so without showing errors, so it will be redirected to the prompt. If you are having any code any errors, so you may get errors. Fine. Now let us check whether that user 2 is created or not. Cat space etc space passwd to check all the users. See, so user 2 also got created. Got it? Now here I'm having user 1 and user 2, and remaining all users it is having. So these are all the all users. Now I just wanted to know only the particular usernames. So out of these many users, I just wanted to print only some of the users. So how should I do that? So hope my question is clear. So out of all these users, so I just wanted to print only these two users. సో ఇక్కడ నాకు యూజర్స్ చాలా యూజర్స్ ఉన్నారు. సో ఈ యూజర్స్ అన్నింటిలో నాకు యూజర్స్ అన్ని అవుట్పుట్ చూడాలనుకోవట్లేదు నేను. సో ఓన్లీ యూజర్ అనే నేమ్ మీద ఎంతమంది అయితే ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళు మాత్రమే డిస్ప్లే చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాను. సో హౌ షుడ్ ఐ డూ దట్? So do you know grep command? So let me clear the screen. So do you know the grep command? So by using grep command, we can print only the particular users or only the particular ones. Okay, now look at the command. Cat space /etc /password right, and give some space, and you can use pipe symbol. Okay, use the pipe symbol, and I'm using grep space -i, and I just wanted to print the usernames, those it is having the name with the user. So I have user 1 and user 2, right? I just wanted to print only that two users. So that's why I'm assigning user here. Got it? So what I'm trying to do is, so when I give this command, so all the users, so whatever the users consisting inside of this root, so all that users will be printed. Now I don't want to do that. Now I don't want all that users to be printed. I just wanted to print only the username started with user. సో అక్కడ యూజర్ తో ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో ఎంతమంది అయితే ఉన్నారో ఆ యూజర్స్ ని మాత్రమే I just wanted to print. So this is the command, and if you try to execute this one, see, సేమ్ వచ్చింది అవుట్పుట్ మనకి. సో ఆ యూజర్ నేమ్ మీద ఎంతమంది యూజర్స్ అయితే ఉన్నారో సో ఓన్లీ దట్ యూజర్స్ విల్ get as output, printed as output. So are you understood? So I'm just posting this in chat box. Cat space /etc /password not slash, it's a pipe symbol. So it is having in upside of the enter button. So hope I'm clear. So by using grep command, we can print whatever we require. Clear? Can I get responses? Fine. So here I'm just having a test user and user 1 and user 2 it is having. Why means I have given user to be printed. So you can change these options also. So pipe symbol means so you can execute more commands. So one by one at a time you can execute more commands. So first this will be executed. So whatever the first command we have given, so first this command will be executed, and after that it will be stored, and next command will be executed. So after that, by executing these commands, output will be displayed. So one by one execution. Process of executing commands one by one. So here instead of -i, you can give any commands also. Suppose if I give w there, so let us do that one. So here let us do w. So cat space etc password grep, and I'm just assigning w there. So now look at what will we get. So nothing we got. Why? So w is the words option, and if you just wanted to know the options for grep, you can use the help command, grep space -- help. See, you got the options. You will get the options. These are all the grep options. See here. So I have used -i. -i means ignore case distinctions in a patterns and data, which means so whatever the data we required, only that will be printed. Okay, and if we use a w, so only matched data will be, all words will be printed. So just practice on these options. So not only this one, ls also, cat also, so all that ones. Just use the help command to know the options, and you can try on that thing. Okay, I'm just clearing the screen. Now here one more command I wanted to do. So this is the output, right? This is the output. Now I just wanted to print only the headings. I mean first fields only. So this is the test user is the first field, X is the second field, third one, fourth one, and this is the fifth one, sixth and seventh, up to that, like that one. So I just wanted to print only the particular field. How can I print that? How can I print only the particular field? How can I print? So by using
grep.
Sorry.
By using grep.
So grep is printed will be all the data will be printed. So my question is, I want to print only the fields. So this is the first field, and this is the second field. This one is the third, and this one is the fourth. This one is the fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. So I just wanted to print only the fields. So now look at the command. Cat space, the same previous command it is. So that is the previous command, plus again pipe symbol I'm taking. Next, cut space -d space and a colon in a single braces. Space, so that fields. So F1, I just wanted to print. So here cut. So D means delimiter it is, and so what this means? So I'm ignoring this symbol, the colon symbol I'm ignoring here. I'm trying to ignore it here. So I just wanted to print only the first field here. So that is why I'm taking like this. Now look what will happen. See, we got error. So may I know what is the error? So any idea? Any idea? Do you have any
It is
idea?
saying the hello.
Sorry.
It is saying that we should have to give particular number of bits or bytes. Means if we want only one character, we should have to mention as one.
Okay.
Like that.
So did you try this command? So cut space hyphen D space colon. So let us try with the hyphen F here. Hyphen F space that field. So now try to execute. Yes. So here we need to give hyphen for field also. So previously up to this command. So we got the output as entire output with fields. Now I just don't want to print these many fields. So I just only create. I just wanted to create print only the first fields. So after giving this one, so you can see the output. Test user, user 1 and user 2. Or else if you want to create print only the second field, so you can give the second field also. So instead of 1, you can give F2 and try to execute that one. So what do you got? All access will be printed. So the same way, if you want to print a third field, you can change to third field as well. Clear? So am I clear? Good. So in the previously, so we have created one user, right? So what is that user I have given? So nano user create.sh. So that is the user I have given. So let me open that code. Nano user create.sh. So this is the user. So here I'm just directly given user2 as the username, right? So here my question is, suppose you are the client. I don't know which input you are giving to create user. So how should I do that? So did you understand my question? సో ఇక్కడ నేను డైరెక్ట్ గా user2 అనే యూజర్ ని డైరెక్ట్ గా నేను అసైన్ చేశాను. సో నాకు అలా కాదు, నేను వేరే క్లయింట్ కి ఏమన్నా ఇస్తే క్లయింట్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ని బట్టి ఏబిసి అయినా ఇవ్వచ్చు, బీబీసీ అయినా ఇవ్వచ్చు, సంథింగ్ ఏదైనా ఇవ్వచ్చు యూజర్ నేమ్. సో ఆ యూజర్ నేమ్ అనేది యూజర్ ఇన్పుట్ నుంచి ఎలా తీసుకోవాలి? ఇస్ మై క్వశ్చన్ క్లియర్? సో ఇక్కడ డైరెక్ట్ గా నేను ఏమి ఇచ్చానంటే ప్రీవియస్లీ user2 అనే దాన్ని యూజర్ గా క్రియేట్ చేయమని చెప్పి నేను డైరెక్ట్ గా ఇచ్చేసాను. సో ఇప్పుడు నేను కాబట్టి నాకు ఈ యూజర్ నేమ్ ఇవ్వాలి అని చెప్పి నేను ఆ యూజర్ నేమ్ ఇచ్చాను. సో ఇప్పుడు నేను సేమ్ కోడ్ మీకు ఇచ్చాను అనుకోండి. సో మీకు ఇచ్చినప్పుడు మీరు user2 కాకుండా మీకు నచ్చిన నేమ్ ఏదో ఒకటి, మీ హీరో నేమ్స్ లేదంటే కమెడియన్స్ ఏదో ఒక నేమ్. సో బై యూజింగ్ లైక్ దట్ you wanted to create user names. So how should I do in a script manner? Point అర్థమైందా? So can I get quick responses? Is my question clear? So what I'm trying to say? So previously what we have done is the user2 which is we are going to create, so that username will be directly taken. Fine. So now we have to create this username from the user input. So we are trying to do that. So shall I modify this code, or else shall I create one more file? So for your understanding, shall I change this file, or shall I create one more file? It's new one. Okay. So I'm just exiting from this one. So I'm clearing the screen. So nano space. So which name should we give? So any names we can give. User creation dot sh. Fine. So nano space user creation dot sh. So previously I have given user create. So names your wish. You can give any names. Right. I'm just creating this one. Now, what is the main file here? So what is the first line we need to mention? Can I get quick responses? Yes. Slash hash not slash bin slash bash. Okay. And next line. So here, so I want to create a username. So this time I'm just taking debugging methods. Set -se. I'm just giving the like that. Okay. And next, so I just wanted to give the username from the input. Okay. So I need to do read -t and enter username. Right. So I'm just assigning username as variable. Got it? And in the next line, so we are just adding that user add space
Sir,
dollar
sir,
that username. Yes.
sir, user variables ఇప్పుడు capital letters లోనే యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకోవాలా?
Anything you can give, no problem.
యూజర్ నేమ్ అనేది క్యాపిటల్ లెటర్స్ ఇస్తున్నారు కదా, పిఐపి కానీ ఏదైనా, అది స్మాల్ లెటర్స్ కూడా ఇచ్చుకోవచ్చు.
Small letters అయినా ఇవ్వచ్చు, no problem.
ఓకే.
So for understanding purpose, I'm just giving the username variables as capital letters. So you just try on that. It will work. So here I'm just taking the user input from the input mode from the users. So it is a read. So -p is nothing but a prompt. So whenever I execute this program, so it asks for enter username. So there I can enter any username of my requirement. Understood? Now just save the file, Ctrl X, Y and enter. Okay. Now how to execute? So directly I'm executing now. Bash space So let's just give this same again. Dot slash user create. It's user creation, right? User creation dot sh. Execute. So change the permission chmod space 700 MSN. User creation dot sh and execute that one. So now again dot slash user creation dot sh. So here what is asking for? Enter username. So I just wanted to do user 2. So user 2 I'm just trying to create. So here what is the output should I get? What is the output should I get? So any answers from your end?
User was created with the username user2.
So user will create
With
Okay,
the name
let
of
us,
user2.
okay, so let us execute that one.
User is already created.
What it shows? So user 2
So, why? Because already user2 is here.
so user 2 was already created. So that's why I got the error as user add user already exists. Okay, and what is this one? So why did I just printed this one? Why I got this line as the output? Fine. So let me go to the code again. User creation.sh. Sorry, Control X. Nano. So here we used set-xe. So I just created the username. So for my understandable purpose, I have just given xe here. So to see whatever the code I have written inside of my code, inside of my file. So always, so we don't need to do this one. So we don't need to give this file, this debugging method. Fine. So now this I'm just deleting. Okay. So in case if you are providing password, if you are trying to create password at that time, so you can't give set-x. Why means? So password is very secure, right? So that thing, that password will be only visible by the user. Sorry, not the user. You have to visible that by only the admin. Got it? So my password same create chesina sare, so only admins can see the password. So users ఒకసారి create చేస్తారు, so మర్చిపోతే they can't get it back. So by providing all the forgot options and something else, right? So at that time, so అక్కడ మన కోడ్ లో రాసుకునేటప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తామంటే అప్పుడు set-x మాత్రం అసలు ఇవ్వకూడదు. సో అక్కడ ఇచ్చి మనం చేసామంటే so we are doing a blunder mistake. So we are fired in the office, fired from the office, right? So ఇక్కడ నేను యూజర్ ఒక్కటే క్రియేట్ చేశాను కాబట్టి to understand my code in output as well. So that is the reason I have assigned set-xe. Okay, so this time I am deleting that. So I just don't want to do that. And save the file. Now execute that one again. So dot slash user creation sh. Now enter username. Here I can give any of username as my requirement. So it is taking from user. So taking from input from the user. So here I can give any ones. User 3 I'm just giving now. Now check whether that user is created or not. How to check? User was created or not. Can we add password to that user using script? Yes, we can add password as well. So in the coming sessions, we are able to do that one also. So what is the command to see the users which are created or not? Yes. Cat space slash etc slash password. See, user 3 was also created. Got it? So let me clear the screen, and I'm posting this code as well. So I just posted in chat box for your reference. Use that command, use that code. Clear up to now? Now in the same way, you can create a password also. So will you try that one? So I have just created user. So by using input, so by using read prompt. So in the same way, so can you create a password file? Just a small modification in this code. So no need to create one more file. Or else if you want to create one more file, you can do that. Just small modification in this we can. So how to create a password? Okay, so let me exit from this mode. So now I just want to create a password for the user also. So I just wanted to create password. I'm just creating one more file, nano space password.sh. This time I'm giving to create password. And enter the file. Now the first line is very common, so that is mandatory. #bin/bash. So that is the most common file. And next, so here I just want to assign a password. Read space -p space, so enter password. Right, I'm taking the variable as password. Okay, next we need to add that one, which means we need to add to that user. So user add that variable. Right, so here we can assign -s also. So -s is nothing but it's a secure, so password is more secure, right? So that is why we are assigning -s with -p. It's a read prompt. Now try to execute this file.
సార్ చిన్న డౌట్,
Yes.
యూజర్ యాడ్ చేస్తుంది ఇంకో యూజర్ కింద వెళ్తుంది కానీ పాస్వర్డ్ ఎలా సార్ వస్తుంది?
Sorry, come again.
యూజర్ యాడ్ అని కమాండ్ ఇస్తున్నారు కదా సార్ మూడో లైన్ లో, అక్కడ యూజర్ యాడ్ అవుద్ది కానీ పాస్వర్డ్ ప్లేస్ లో అది ఆ యూజర్ పాస్వర్డ్ ఎలా వస్తుంది అని.
So we are taking only password. సో ఇక్కడ మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం అంటే ఎంత ముందు స్క్రిప్ట్ లో మనం యూజర్ ని క్రియేట్ చేసాం కదా. సో యూజర్ ని క్రియేట్ చేసాము అండ్ ఇక్కడ స్క్రిప్ట్ లో పాస్వర్డ్ క్రియేట్ చేసాం. సో రెండు నేను డిఫరెన్షియేట్ చేసి చెప్పాను. సో నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకో ఫైల్ క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఈ పాస్వర్డ్ ని ఈ కోడ్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని ఆ యూజర్ కి ఎలా అసైన్ చేస్తాం. సో అది నెక్స్ట్ ఫైల్. సో నెక్స్ట్ చేద్దాం. ఓకే, ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ దిస్ వన్, ఎంటర్. Okay, so now I'm just trying to execute directly bash space password.sh. Password.sh. So what is asking for? Enter password. If you type password, you won't be seen that it is invisible. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Enter. So it is successfully executed. Execute అయిందా? సో ఇక్కడ మనం ఏం చేసామంటే యూజర్ క్రియేషన్ సపరేట్ గా చేసాం, పాస్వర్డ్ క్రియేషన్ సపరేట్ గా చేసాం. సో నౌ వి జస్ట్ వాంటెడ్ టు కంబైన్ బోత్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్. సో రెండు యూజ్ చేసుకొని యూజర్ నేమ్ ని పాస్వర్డ్ ని ఎలా అసైన్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, సో గాట్ మై పాయింట్. సో వాట్ ఐఎమ్ సేయింగ్. సో కెన్ ఐ గెట్ రెస్పాన్సెస్ ఫ్రమ్ యూ? No responses. Fine, thank you. Okay, so next file is we are going to create is so we are assigned to we are able to combine the username and the password. Okay, so for that I'm taking one more file, nano space user password .sh. I have given a file name like that, nano space user password.sh. Right, enter. So now write the code there. So how to read the user? So first line is the common slash hash not slash bin slash bash, enter. Now first we need to read the user. So how to read the user? Read -p and enter username and assign variable as username. Next, for that username I just wanted to create a password also. So read the password as well. Read space -p and -s also you can do. So -p -s, enter password. So assign variable as password. Okay, so I just got a code from our friend. So read p username user add, yes, the same code, so it will work. Next, so we need to add that user to our particular file. So how to add that? User add that variable name. Okay, and next one, so for the password changed we need to match this username. We need to match this username for this password. Got it? So whatever the username that we are creating, the password is also to that same user. So we need to combine this username and password as well. For that, echo the variable username variable is matched with password. Right? So whatever the user and whatever the password we are trying to create, so that should be matched with the user. And I'm using grep symbol here. Okay, and sudo ch password. So what this means? It's a change password. So that username, that password should be secured and it can't be changed. So or else, so sometimes once it is the password is given, and user can trying to modify that password. User can change that password. Got this code? Now try to execute that one. Save that file. And I'm just changing the permission chmod 777 user pass. So in real-time scenarios, so always better to use these permissions. Okay, so directly we can execute the permission, execute this file by using the bash space that file name. So but in real-time scenarios, so we always better to give the permissions like this. So don't get executed by directly. Okay, and enter. Now try to execute the file // user password.sh. Here enter username. So I just want to create a username as user4. So up to 3 users I have already created previously. So here enter username as user4 I am assigning. Enter and enter password. So 1 2 3 4 I just given. So it should it won't be visible. Enter. So what is asking for? So is it created? See, so user password. So when we given that ch password, so we got these many options. Okay. So are you observing this one? So password. So what showed here? So password not changed. So now let us check whether it is created or not. So I'm just clearing the screen. Now you check the command cat space /etc/password. So is that created user? So is the username created? What is my username? User4. Is it created or not? So why it's not created? So what is the password I have given for my user? 1 2 3 4. Right? So I'm just clearing the screen. So get back to the code again. Nano user password.sh. Now what is the error here? So code seems to be correct. So we are getting error. So read -p, enter username, Username is the variable, read -s secure password, password is the variable, and user add, username we are assigning, echo username, password, it is also correct, sudo ch password. So let's try again. Control X, execute the file. Username. So this time I am just giving another one, user5, and password. So same 1 2 3 4 I have given the same. Okay. So here we will try by removing this one, ch password. Clear. So nano user password sh. So we'll try to change this one. Okay. So press Ctrl X, press Ctrl Y, and enter. So now try to execute. Username. This time my user 4 I am giving. Password 1 2 3 4. See. So might be it is created now. User 4 1 2 3 4. So that code will work. So I don't know why. So that error got. So I will look into that. Clear. So now use cat space /etc/password. Is that user created? Still it's not created. Code is fine, so I'm not getting that error. So anyone got? Did anyone try? Jayvardhan Reddy got it. Yes. Code is fine, so not a problem with code. Pipe sudo ch password. Right. So let me execute this one. Let me try on this. User password sh. So user 4 and password given. So again I got the same. User 4 check failed. So authentication token manipulated error. So did you use the same code, Jayvardhan? He posted the code dash read password username echo user password. Yes, the same code I have written. So might be my system problem. So it is worked in your systems. The code will be fine. The code was correct. So except Jayvardhan, anyone done? So did you got the output? So remaining ones. Yes, fine. So that is about user creation. Okay. And what is our third concept? It is operators. So by using some conditional statements, So we can practice on that. So here, what are the operators we are having, or what are the conditional statements? So what are the conditional statements? So we are having slash eq, which is equal or not, and slash gt, which is greater than or not, and so hyphen slt less than. So we are having more than. So let us Google with that one. So I'm just going shell comparisons. So if I use that one, might be in this one we will get. Yes. So these are the operators. So operators in the sense comparing. So num1 eq, which is equal or not, So whatever the numbers we are giving, num1 and num2, they are taken. So that is equal or not. And next ge, which is greater than or equal to second number. Fine. And next gt, which is greater than. And next le, which is less than or equal. lt in the sense less than. So ne is in the sense not equals. So these are the comparison operators. And next we will do string comparisons. These are the string comparisons. So after this one, we will go with that string comparisons. Okay. So first we will work on this ones. We will work on this one, and later we will go with that one. Okay. So now we need to create one script file again. We will create one more script file again. So what should we name? What should we name for the file? So I will just give the name as compare nanospace compare.sh. So up to user creation, have you done? So any queries up to creation of users, automatic creation?
Doubt ఉంది. Hello, sir.
User is being created, but when I try to log in into by entering password, it's showing access denied. So when you are trying to log in, if you are trying to log in, if you are trying to log in with one more putty, so you need to change the password authentication.
Okay, sir.
Just change that password authentication to yes, and after that you just retry to log in that one.
Okay, sir.
మనం అక్కడ యూజర్ అండ్ పాస్వర్డ్ క్రియేట్ చేసిన తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ మనం పాస్వర్డ్ అథెంటికేషన్ చేంజ్ చేయాలి ఆ యూజర్ తో లాగిన్ అవ్వాలంటే. సో పాస్వర్డ్ చేంజ్ చేసుకుంటేనే మనకు కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. సో పాస్వర్డ్ ఎక్కడ చేంజ్ చేసుకుంటాం?
User
సారీ nanospace /etc/ssh/sshd-config. సో ఆ ఫైల్లో మనకి పాస్వర్డ్ అథెంటికేషన్ ఉంటుంది. సో పాస్వర్డ్ అథెంటికేషన్ అక్కడ చేంజ్ చేసి మనం అప్పుడు లాగిన్ అయితే అప్పుడు లాగిన్ అవుతుంది.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Fine. Now next one is, so we need to compare that strings under the files. So I'm just creating a nanospace compare.sh. Okay, and create the file #bin/bash. Okay, now I just wanted to compare two numbers. First, I need to read the two numbers, right? So how to read the numbers from the input? read -p, enter first number. Okay, we need to assign that variable. So I'm just taking as num1 as my variable. And next, I want to read the number 2 as well. Read space -p, enter second number. Num2. Okay, so now these two numbers I want to compare. So whether it is equal or whether it is greater than to number 1 or number 2, or it is less than to number 1 or number 2. So I need to compare that one by using a comparison operators. Okay, and we will use statements, conditional statements in this code. Now how to compare the files, how to compare the numbers? If braces, so dollar that variables num1 is equal or not to number 2. So we need to give spaces here. Yes, we will try on that one. Okay, so I'm just comparing, so whether number 1 is equal to number 2. Okay, next, so I just wanted to print. So what in case if it is equal? Then echo, I just wanted to print both numbers are equal. Okay, or else so I just wanted to print echo both are not equal. Okay, so I just wanted to print both numbers are equal or not. Enter and close that if loop. So in shell script we will close that if loop by using F5. So when we open if, we need to close F5, or we need to close by using F5. Now try to execute this one. So I will post this in chat box. Just try on that in your systems. Now save the file and exit. Change the permission chmod 700 compare.sh. So if you just use tab, now execute /compare.sh. So what is it asking for? Enter first number. So I'm just wanted to give 2 and enter second number. So I'm just trying 2 again. So what should be the output now? What should be the output now? So both numbers are equal. Now try to execute again. Compare.sh. Enter the first number. This time I'm giving first number as 2 and second number as 3. So what should be the output? Both are not equal. Got it? Got outputs from your side? Fine. So now we will check with the greater than or equal. So we will check with greater than or equal. Now I'm creating one more file, or else you can use the same code again. So I'm just using the same code, nano compare.sh. Right now I just wanted to compare both numbers are which number is equal or not, which number is greater than or not. Okay, so here both numbers are equal. So up to this both numbers are equal. So now, so what in case of number 1 is greater than to number 2, how we can write the code? So here we can take one more else, elif, so now use the code, now use the condition. So dollar num1 is greater than or equal, sorry, which is greater than. So I'm not using GE. So if you used GE, which is greater than or equal, I'm just using only GT, greater than, to dollar second number. Okay. Now what in case of this will be executed? Enter. Now echo. Then echo. Now you can write the message. Num1 is greater than num2. Okay. Else, so what the statement? So num2 is sorry, num1 is less than num2. And close the function. Sorry, close the condition. Now save the file and exit. Now execute the file /compare.sh. Now I'm just giving first number. So this time I'm just giving first number as again 2, and second number again 2 I'm giving. So what should be the output now? So both numbers are equal. Okay, now try to execute again /compare.sh. Okay, enter the first number 3 and second number as 4. So what is the output? Number 1 is less than number 2. And so again compare.sh, enter the first number. This time I'm giving 5 and second number as 4. So what should be the output? Number 1 is greater than number 2. Okay. So here instead of number 1, so I need to get a number here. Suppose I just given the first number as 5, I need to get the output as 5 is greater than num2. you just practice on that. You just keep a try on that. So I will post the code in the chat box. So use that code. Got it? So remaining you can practice. So less than or equal, less than, you can practice on that. Clear up to now? Num1 should be written, sir. You just practice on that. Just small modification you can done. So you can do. So where is that modification we need to do? So you just try on that. In the echo statement only we need to change. You just keep a practice on that. Clear up to now? Clear up to now? Okay, fine. So next one is, so we completed operators. So this is the operators, and we can do with the strings as well, string comparisons. So up to now we have done with numbers, and what in case of we need to give strings, suppose ABC or BBC, ABCD. So that is the strings we can. So how to use and how to execute, how to write that files in a strings manner. That is called string comparisons. So these are the string comparisons. Var1, var2. So these are all. So variable 1, which is equals, is equal or not. So we can compare the strings. And variable 2, variable 1, which is equal or not. And variable 3, variable 1 is less than or variable 2. Strings. And what if we need the string is empty? Got it? So you will do that by tomorrow session. So any doubts? So let me know if you have any doubts, or else you can leave the session. Thanks for your time. Sweet dreams and good night.